Congratulations on clearing exam in the first attempt.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This was actually I'm a qualified chartered accountant, but still, for me to have the time off work and then focus on, because there was relatively a year gap after clearing my CA, so I have to brush aside the concepts also. But your classes were helpful in the way that it helped me to recalibrate and redefine everything. It was a good brush up for me to remember all the concepts again. Your classes were really helpful, ma'am, in the way that your books were helpful. First of all, it was easy to
So,
understand because
I'm happy to hear this.
yeah, because
Go ahead.
it was easy to understand in a way that it had the sequential flow of the chapters in which they were organized. It had the concepts, it had the examples, and then it had the exam related questions. So it had the difficulty level was also slowly increasing and progressing at a good pace. So all these were correctly, and your classes also were very organized, because I see today in all the virtual classes, the major lacking thing is the uploading of the lectures in the proper sequential order or a sequential flow. All the IFRS standards needs to be organized in a sequential flow, so that once you reach the consolidations time, you are aware of the almost all the interlinking standards. So that's one good thing that I observed, and I wanted to share this feedback to you, that your classes, the way you teach or the way you carry out things is really good and it's really impressive. Thank you so much for your support throughout, ma'am. I that's why I'm still in office right now, but still want to make up some time for you to share this feedback with you.
Bro, so proud of you. So happy to hear this. Really well done. Good,
Thank
good.
you.
How was your exam experience?
Yeah, for me it was very different, because I was used to writing in pen and paper, and this was a complete. Even though the concepts might be the same, but still adapting to the exam, adapting to the way of writing this exam in a computer is way more difficult than I expected, because it consumes a lot of time to solve even a simple question which we know the answer for also. For us to put together in a proper sequential flow in the Excel or in the Word document is really a big task. But I ensure that I didn't have much time to practice all the questions in Excel and Word document, but I ensure that this is how the exam screen looks like. I had an idea of how the exam screen, so that I shouldn't waste time in navigating between the screens. So for that also I used your lecture as well. So and maybe it was a bit challenging, ma'am, to write it or put it in an Excel or Word document. It's pretty, even though the answer is very, we can know the answer also, it's a big thing to do. But I feel, since I practiced like one or two questions prior to the exam to get a hang of how the screens or how to navigate through the screens, it helped me a lot. And I just focused on um writing more or less how much ever I know, how much ever. See, since 50 mark is the cutoff, we have to ensure that whatever questions we have, we prioritize our questions also. So the 15 minutes or 10 minutes at the start of the exam, it's ensure we use that in a proper way, so that we, in the mind itself, we figure out whether we should start with question 2 or question 1. But I always feel it's better to start with consolidation, so that you don't have that pressure at the back end. So uh, but yes, it was a different experience, but I'm happy that I've gotten this additional qualification now, which is
Nice.
really value to me. So thank you for that.
It will give you an international edge because you already are a chartered accountant and you already have, I would say, a very good grip over the concepts, correct?
Yeah,
And if you talk about India also, it's like well known, well
yeah,
reputed, correct? But this certification gives you an international edge. Like
exactly, exactly.
right now you are like handling which companies or which countries financials?
It's India-based company only, ma'am.
India-based
India-based.
company.
Yeah.
All right, all right. So therein you can also, after understanding India's, after understanding IFRS, you can easily apply India's also, correct?
Exactly.
One and the same, correct.
But as you rightly said, maybe after clearing it took me like, I think 2 years after clearing CA, I took up this course. So there was a 2 year gap. 2 year gap for me to brush aside the concepts and write this exam. Maybe your classes were really helpful. So in that way, I would say all your classes, all your books were really helpful for me because I had limited time to prepare. But in that limited time, I ensure that I used your classes. So it was good.
Great, great, great. I'm happy that it helped. Really proud of you. Well done.